Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz. Thank you for stopping by. I have a tarot deck unboxing walkthrough for you guys. It is the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Julia Jeffrey and Barbara Moore. I picked this up at a flea market last week. This lady who was selling it, she said it didn't have her energy, but I thought it was beautiful. Just this picture here, it's so gorgeous. It's based on the Fae. So it is different from the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. And I'll show you guys. Let me read the back real quick here. Imagine strolling through a forest, the late afternoon sun filtering through the leaves. Suddenly, voices and laughter and music seem to be bubbling out of the stillness of the trees. Then you realize you are not hearing things because right before your very eyes are people. At least you think they are people dancing. You have crossed a threshold into fairy, a place beyond our everyday world. The Tarot of the Hidden Realm is a doorway into that place. It is a realm alive with wildness and wonder, a place of shamanic visions, intuitive and elemental. This gorgeously illustrated deck is an invitation to enter the source of wisdom and hearing that we've all felt just beyond our reach. Now, this deck is available still on Amazon. I looked it up. I will link it below, but you can get it at other places. It is put out by Llewellyn. Now, I don't know. I'm guessing Julia is probably the artist. I'm guessing. And it just looked like a beautiful deck. And, you know, I'm a sucker for a beautiful deck. This is how it comes. It comes with this ribbon here. This is the back, which is actually quite pretty. Some people were complaining about it online, saying they didn't like the back, but I don't know. I find it pretty. It almost has a Brian Froud look, like some of his pictures. They're more more earthy colors. You know, it's not a very bright deck. This is the book. So yeah, Julia Jeffrey is the artist and the creator, and Barbara Moore is the author. That's what I was thinking. And it's got, I'm sure it has, okay, artist note, greetings, introduction, what is tarot. I'm just looking to see. A lot of times I don't even read this stuff, you know. And then it goes right into the arcanas. I'm just one major arcana and then into the minors. I'm just looking to see if it's got, oh yeah, this spreads. There's usually spreads somewhere in these books. Part 3, dancing. That's funny. Okay, it says right here, now that you've met your new friends in the Hidden Realm, let's explore some activities that you can enjoy together. Doing readings is almost everyone's favorite way of using tarot, so we'll start there with some spreads specifically designed for the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. There are other ways to learn wisdom and get advice from our fairy cousins, and in Chapter 6, you'll learn some simple techniques to do just that. The cards themselves have layers and layers of meaning in them. It is much more interesting and meaningful to explore those layers yourself than to read about them in a book. The techniques in Chapter 6 will help you develop more intimacy with your cards. So there's spreads, which is, you know, usually what I use. Fairy guides. I guess picking a card and going with that fairy guide. Got to be careful with fairies, though. If there's such a thing as fairies, I don't think I want to invite them to, unless they're, like, friendly, because a lot of them are not. It's not even that they're not friendly. They're indifferent. They don't care about us. People think, some do, but I'm going to say majority of them have their own things to worry about. We're the least of their problems. Which is a good thing, because the world's going insane, and I'm pretty sure that fairies might be the only thing left after all is said and done. All right, so it's a pretty thick deck. It's got nice, I mean, the cards are okay. They have nice bounce back, but they will get, actually, no, they seem okay. They're Llewellyn. They're good. Usually they're pretty good cards. I wish they were gilded. I really wish they would gild their cards. The reason I really like gilding is that I find that it actually protects the cards too, at least in my opinion. Plus, it's so pretty. Anyway, let's start here. The Fool. Look at this guy, the Magician. Some people were complaining about this. And honestly, I think the mustache is a little bit much. They were saying something about the mustache. Honestly, without the mustache, I think it would look much better to me. Because it looks like, I don't know, looks like somebody from the 1970s. It really does. 70s and 80s, you know, with all they need is a long chain here. But it's still nice artwork, you know. Oh, look at her. Really pretty. The High Priestess. Love her. The Empress. Now she looks like Bridget. I'm gonna hold that one back. The Emperor. He looks like Odin to me. I'll just see what it says in the thing real quick. I'm probably not gonna read both of them. The Hierophant. Oh, I love that. The Lovers. That's gorgeous. Fairy Stallion. That would be the Chariot, right? That's kind of cool. Strength. The Hermit. I like her. Fortune Fairy. So this would be the Wheel of Fortune. This gives me more vibes of the Sun. So each card is mainly a person, it looks like. Justice. The Hanged Man. Death. That looks like the Morrigan. Temperance. Shadow Dance, so that would be the Devil. See, if that other card, if he didn't have the mustache, honestly, on that, the Magician card, the mustache just, it looks dweeby to me. That's the word that comes to my mind, like kind of slimy in a way, you know. The Blasted Beach, so this would be the Tower. The Star, I love it. Love it. Look at this moon. Beautiful. The Sun. Oh, that's really pretty. Life Renewed. So this would be Judgment. Which, what was the other one? Oh, the Fortune card. Looks very similar. Wow, the World. Beautiful. So beautiful. I know somebody was complaining about this, but it's just a body, you know. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Oh, look at this. Three of Wands. Now, these are very different from the typical Wands cards from what I can see. Four of Wands. These are beautiful. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. I love it. Okay, so yeah, so these are very different. I would never start this as a starting deck because honestly, with these pictures, it's hard to kind of see, you know. I mean, the Five of Wands typically is more people like, it's kids with sticks, you know, beating the heck out of each other. This here is just kids playing, goofing around, you know, being kids. So it is different. The Seven of Wands is usually, it's usually you're on the defense. That definitely does not give me that vibe, but the artwork is beautiful. So this is one of those decks that the artwork is beautiful, but I don't know how it's going to work as an actual reading deck. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands, very different. I mean, this is the Phoenix Rising here. I actually love that. I love the way this is like this. I like that a lot, but it's definitely different from the typical one. The Ten of Wands, which is extremely different from the typical Ten of Wands. I love that though. Beautiful. And Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. See, I would have seen this Knight more as Knight of Pentacles because of all the greenery. Queen of Wands. King of Wands. I would see him as King of Swords, you know. All right, so Ace of Cups. So I think all the aces have, what was it that somebody said it has some sort of animal on it? Let's see. Yeah, all the aces actually have an animal on them. The rest, I think, are all people. So this would be an otter. which is so cute. Two of Cups. I love that. Three of Cups. That's really typical Three of Cups. Four of Cups. And this one has whales back here. So is she a mermaid? No, seals. Maybe she's a selkie. Five of Cups. Very different. Six of Cups. Very different. These are beautiful, but very different. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Cups, which is very, very different from the typical Ten of Cups. Okay, Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. Wow, I like that. Two of Swords. That's a different Two of Swords, huh? That's very different. Three of Swords. This is a different Three of Swords. She's got blood in her hand from the thorns. She's holding one here, and it's definitely a very different card, and it's quite beautiful. Quite beautiful. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Wow, I love it. Eight of Swords. I love that one too. Nine of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. I love it that they have these like really warrior-like fae women. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Queen of Swords. Love her. And the King of Swords. Oh, a little hedgehog. Or porcupine. I think it's a hedgehog. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Watching something grow. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Oh, this one actually has... Is this the only other one with animals on it? It's little... Those aren't skunks. What are they? Are they badgers? Something like that. And that looks like a henge of some sort. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. I love this one. Seven of Pentacles. I love this one. I love the symbolism on this. I need a sip of coffee. She's waiting for her baby, and I love it. I love it. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, which is very different from the typical Ten of Pentacles. If I saw this card, I would say it was the King of Pentacles if it didn't have that, okay? Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. I love her. She's beautiful. Oh, I like this one. King of Pentacles. See this? I see this more. I wonder if this was supposed to be the Ten of Pentacles and they switched it, because this definitely has much more vibes of the Ten of Pentacles than the King of Pentacles to me. Very different. So that's the deck. Let's pick out a couple of cards and read on them. I definitely want to read on this King of Pentacles. Maybe the Three of Swords. How about, maybe we'll do the Empress. Okay. We'll do these three. Let's see. That's like one of the major, one of the regular minor, and then one of the court cards. That'll be good. As long as it's not a ton of stuff here. So number 3, which is the Empress. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Just the barest whisper of coolness floats on the breeze as it touches her rosy cheeks. The scent of sun-warmed ripe apples is heavier and settles on her skin, a sweet perfume that trails behind her as she walks through the wheat fields. Seeds have fulfilled their promise with the aid of rain, sun, and bees, and so all the elements reconfigure, creating life. The grain of the fields and fruits of the trees will in turn be changed, becoming another link to the chain of life. Musing, she tucks a few briar roses in her hair, gathers the fruits of her labor, and continues on. The harvest is bittersweet. It's a bittersweet time for her. While the earth is at its most abundant, it is also near the end of its glorious cycle of growth. Soon, all that is not consumed will fall and decay, feeding the fertility of the earth. No matter what or how, everything becomes part of the great dance of life. So often she finds herself in the arms of death, waltzing through the seasons, surprised and sometimes shocked by how she can be either so graceful or so very gruesome at times. A butterfly lights on her sleeve, representing change and transformation, the never-ending story, but the air is still warm and filled with sweetness, and for now she dances alone. So she continues gathering the abundant gifts of the harvest, shooing away the butterfly. All may change, but for now there is this, and she will savor every moment. Divinatory meaning. Life is indeed a cycle with many phases. The Empress card, though, comes at a time of abundance in your life. Whatever you have carefully nurtured and tenderly cared for is on the verge of reaching its highest potential. This is a time of great creativity for you. If you've not yet planned anything, choose carefully, because your heart and your life are fertile. Whatever you sow, whether thoughts, words, feelings, or actions, will surely grow and bear fruit. Tend to yourself and your life with a loving touch. When necessary, remember that loving kindness sometimes requires difficult actions. Plants need space to flourish, and some need pruning to thrive. Okay, I like that. I mean, if you don't even need to read this part, just this part if you need to. And yeah, I'd say that that's pretty much accurate. And I see the butterfly now. I didn't see it before. And I see the wheat there. And she looks to me like Bridget, which would be, she's a goddess of the hearth and home and all that. So, and I think motherhood too, which makes sense that she would look like that. Okay, so let's go 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords. This is the one with the roses. For a moment, she thought she heard him say her name, for a moment she thought she heard him say her name. Thought the wind brought it into her, as light as a whisper. She searches the sky, barely turned from twilight to night, for a star to wish upon, but it is too early. The heavens are perhaps wise, for it is too soon for her to know what she should wish for. Being wise and sensible is far from her mind, though. She knows without a doubt what, know whom she would wish for if she could. Her desire and certainty are so strong, and she holds to them so tightly that they wound her. Obsession grips her, and she does not even notice the blood dripping down her hand. Even if she did, she would brush it off as nothing. She'd willingly suffer so much more if only she could have her heart's desire. Unable to hear his voice in the wind, she sighs. 3 drops fall from her hand. Eventually, the bleeding will stop, but not without leaving a mark. Oh, I love that. I love that. Divinatory meaning. Sorrow and pain are part of life. Acknowledging them, feeling them, processing them, and weaving them into your life as you move forward are all normal, and most would say healthy part of the process. But this card isn't really about that. Thoughts can become hamster wheels of obsession. It may very well be true that you've experienced something that caused you pain, but the way you are thinking about the event is keeping you from the natural process of healing, and in fact may be causing more harm, which may have permanent repercussions. You know what? I never saw that card that way, but that kind of makes sense. It can become an obsession. Yeah, I like that. I do like Barbara Moore's books. I like the way she writes. I like her writing very, very much. Okay, and the next one, let's do King of Pentacles, because that one's got me all thrown off. Let's see. Okay, it is supposed to be the King. I still think that card I still think this card should be the Ten of Pentacles, and the other one, the King. And let me grab the other one too, just to show them. I see that more as the King, and definitely that more as the 10. Just, hold on. It just makes, to me, that makes way more sense. Like, if I was going to trim these, this would become the 10, and that would become the King. You know, if I wasn't going to use the book. But that's, I didn't create the deck. I'm just saying in my own opinion, my humble opinion here, and that's just what it is, an opinion. Pushing back the curtain of holly and enjoying the vibrant play of red and green, angles and curves, you take in a long, slow breath of the crisp air. You fancy you seeing some diamond-like twinkles floating through the sky. Looking up, you feel a few shocks of sensation on your face, an icy cold prickling that somehow bursts. The wood is silent, but you think you hear joy on the breeze, growing louder and louder through. Although there are no sounds save the leaves rustling in the slightest of breezes, birds calling, and animals scurrying. The holly falls down behind you as you see them, the King and the child. An errant ray of sunshine breaks through the leafy canopy, bathing them in the warm light. The child is so relaxed in his arms, unconcerned about anything, safe and content. He gazes down at her sweetness, a look of love mingled with responsibility. She is in his care and care for she will be until the end of his days. All that he has, he shares with her and with anyone he calls family or friend. So I don't know, that really seems okay. I wonder if this was a mistake, but this card represents someone who is practical enough to have created a comfortable life for himself. He understands and appreciates the finer things in life. He also has a generous and tender heart and is willing to welcome others to share his hearth and table. His years of experience have taught him to combine generosity and common sense. He will certainly share his meals with you, but while enjoying the finest repast, he will help you make a plan to make sure your own larder is also full. He shares what he has, both physical resources and knowledge. No one leaves his home hungry. No one leaves without the hope of securing their own future. All right, now let's read on the Ten of Pentacles. Now that I've got a bug in my bonnet about it, that'll be the last one. Okay. He considers removing his warm fur-lined cloak. The huge stones have gathered the energy from the sun all day. The heat radiating from them warms the grove. He loves this annual journey, when he bids farewell to the seasons of growth and welcomes the coming fallow days. Life, he thinks, is just grand and so marvelously magical. Yes, he decides he will take off his cloak. He's tired after his long trek. A little bread and mead wouldn't hurt, either a fitting repast before his ritual visit with the ancestors. His visit is, like the cycle of life, always the same and yet always different. He finds comfort in repeating the same acts, chanting the same words, giving gratitude for the guidance and gifts of the ancient spirits never fail to fill his heart. Each time he comes, he brings a token of thanks for the past and a request for the future, and so the wheel of time turns as he connects to the roots of his kin and helps create blessings to come. He visits each stone in turn, giving and receiving with each interaction. Closing with a song that sounds more like a long, melodious laugh, he packs his things and begins the journey home with a dancing heart and a twinkle in his eye. Divinatory meaning. In this card, the energy of earth shines beautifully and portends great things in a reading. For here, there is abundance, yes, but also deep connections to the past, which provide a long-term sense of stability. Stagnation, which can be a quality of earth, is mitigated by the seed of the future. There is no standing still. This is an ongoing cycle of a strong past, a contented present, and a hopeful future. The gifts promised in the Ten of Pentacles are not just material. The deep roots and forward focus bring a loving spiritual quality along with the physical happiness. Okay, so Now that I'm looking at it and that I read it, I do understand it a little bit better. But if I wasn't going to use the book, which I'm probably not going to, it still gives me a different vibe. I mean, he looks like a Viking king, sort of, to me. I know it's supposed to be fairy, but this one, this one just gives me almost Santa Claus vibes, you know? And you have the elf here. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I just think that those two cards should have been, if those two were switched, I think I would personally be happier. I mean, there's so many different ones here. They're all very different, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I do think it's an absolutely gorgeous deck. I wonder if, I wish if these were based on particular Fae, like Legends of Fae, I wish it would give you the names of them. Let me just see if this Eight of Swords, if it has a Eight of Swords. Let's see if it has a name. No, this is a warrior. I know the Morgan is a warrior queen of the Fae, or a war queen, I should say. War goddess. Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't have any particular person attributed to the cards. So that may be something, if they're going to do them in the future, maybe add a person that you're attributing to it. Maybe that'll make more sense, but it doesn't matter. I do like this deck. I think it's really beautiful. I love the cards. I think the book is really well done. I think it's a really beautiful deck. I mean, what I paid for it doesn't matter. Even if I didn't like it, it wouldn't matter. But I do like it. I love it a lot. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Take good care of yourselves. Blessings and thank you.